So here's something they don't teach you in business school. Sometimes all you need to find success as a small business is a global pandemic and a 12-year-old's cheesecake recipe. By the looks and smells of it, I think they found such success. This is Sweet Emmaline's Cheesecakes in Cleveland, Tennessee. That's Emily Caroline. We're going to get to the name here in a second. These are the owners, Brian and Laura Patterson. Yes. So guys, there is quite the story, as just mentioned, a global pandemic, a 12-year-old's recipe.
That's right.
And now a small business booming with not just the storefront, we have 2 food trucks and a franchisee in Florida on the way.
That's right, yes. So it was the pandemic. Emily was 12 years old, found a passion of baking cakes. Liam asked to have her bake a cheesecake. He was into cheesecake at that time. This was toward the end of 2020. She did some research on cheesecake recipes and decided to go with a combination of a few. After try number 1, it's the recipe that we still use. Yeah,
we use today.
It was so good, and I was like, am I just partial to my child here? Like, it is really that good, right? Yeah. So we just put it on Facebook. Somebody offered to buy one. The next day, he bought another one. Then I start getting phone calls. We ended up doing thousands and thousands of dollars from our house.
So at some point, you go from mass producing in the house to we've got to open a business.
Yeah, right. We opened up in a Mexican restaurant that used to be a Mexican restaurant in the Bradley Square Mall, facing the back of the mall in the woods. Like, I mean, it was like we had no foot traffic. We had no one driving by. We opened August 17th of 2021. We had over 600 people come through that day. So we had something. We decided in 2023 to move into this location.
2.5 years in, you now, as mentioned earlier, you have 2 food trucks, a storefront, and a franchisee happening in Florida. I mean, do you ever sit down and both of you and you're like, whoa?
Every day, yeah. Every day, yeah. We're just like, what are we doing?
I think it's really crazy because little did I know like it would turn into such a big thing, and so like I'm just so grateful because we're here today like getting interviewed, and it's just amazing.
So essentially, this is all because you had a craving for a cheesecake. What's your favorite flavor?
Probably the carrot cake.
Carrot cake? How about yours?
Banana pudding.
Banana pudding. They answered those pretty quick.
Yeah.
That recipe, since it's a hybrid, right? It's a combination of things that she pulled together.
Yes. Sure.
That's under lock and key somewhere, right?
Right, yeah, I actually buried it at a location here in town.
Undisclosed,
17 and a half feet under the ground.
We take the basic recipe and add ingredients. We got banana pudding. It is my grandmother's banana pudding recipe mixed in a cheesecake.
Who comes up? Like, do you guys all come up? Is it just come?
A lot of it was like customers. They were like, hey, can you make
Facebook,
this?
yeah.
Can you make that? And we were like, yeah.
And I know we've hit a lot already.
I mean, are you going to try some cheesecake?
I mean, that's, yeah. Guys, you can overeat this. Like, this is dangerous.
Now I'm craving cheesecake.
So am I.
I'm a little jealous that we don't have any right here.
I apologize. I shot that a few weeks ago. Not that it lasted the ride home, because it didn't. They sent some with me. It was gone before I got home.
But hey, shout out to them. Shout out to Cleveland.
Yeah, really. Showing up to support them from the early going, and it just shows you. It just goes to show you, right? That little simple idea, right? They could have not done all of that, but they did it. They took one step. Now that's just boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really cool. It's what those small businesses are all about.
Yeah, have to get up there and try them out.
Yep, Sweet Emmaline's in Cleveland. It's in the same parking lot as Target there, and boy, they would love to see you walk in today and say hi.